I just put together a workflow that can generate AI videos for me, and it's pretty cool. It's this one that's highlighted in green. We don't have to pay attention to the other sections because they don't really matter. Like, you can make a script. Like, I feel like anyone can just put together a little workflow, just like a few nodes, like 2 or 3 nodes, that generates a script and then stores it in Airtable. You can do that very easily. We're going to be looking at this one today, and it helped me generate this video.
Makes content creation easier. Research shows companies that post 16 plus blogs a month get 3.5x more traffic. Set up automated workflows for emails, social media, and lead generation. 67% of companies using automation.
And it only looks like it's lagging because my frame rates are getting effed by the video software, by OBS. But like, that video was actually like really good production quality kind of video, and it even had like an image background. Like, I made this simple, like extremely simple, just to demonstrate that this is possible. So let's go through and like see what's actually happening. So this is the place where like all the video scripts are stored. So effectively what I did here was just to get the video script. That's it. The first node is just a manual trigger. It just starts the workflow so that I can do all of this nicely. Like, because this loop needs the momentum, I guess you could say. So yeah, the next one, it gets the image information, so like for the background image. And you might be wondering how it's getting that. There is an associated image in the Airtable. There's an associated image over here that I added to the script, and then it gets that, and then it references it over here. And this is very useful for us later on, like as you saw in the video, so that it could generate the background image in the video. So here is, this code is effectively just taking that short form script and then it's cleaning it out. What OpenAI or like any other chat model, what they do normally is like they give you the script text, but it's sometimes formatted in like Markdown with all these hashtags and like whatever. You don't want that. You generally don't want that. So you want to clean it out, right? So, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Let me close this up so that you can see what's actually happening. So in the Airtable, the actual text of the script, it's like it's stored with these headings, these double hashtag hooks, and that's just markdown headings. Like, we don't want those, so we clean out every time that we find one of those, and then it ends up coming out as this really clean piece of text that should be for a 1-minute video, if you prompted the model correctly in the previous step, which I'm not going to go through. As I said, like, you can set that up in 3 nodes, like very easily. I'm not going to go through that. So here, this is the magic. I always say the magic is in the payload, and it's true. I feel like I'm not the only one who should be saying that. Like, I feel like anyone, like if you're maybe like designing, you know, rockets, you could say that. Because the magic is in the payload. It's whatever you're transporting so that you can like make a difference. Like, if you're shooting a rocket into space and the payload is the satellite, then that's the most like valuable piece. Like, nothing else matters other than the payload. So it's true here too. I'll go through the payload like very slowly, just so that you understand. But you also need to understand that I just put this together. So like, I've been putting this together for maybe like a few days, and this is still not working, and you'll understand why very soon. See, I said caption true, and then I put in the caption style, but it didn't generate any captions, as you could see in the video, which is just really annoying to me. Like, I'm going to figure it out, and then I'm going to change it so that when I post a much more deeper, a much more interesting version tomorrow, I'll have this down. So yeah, but it's still like functions like extremely well. And as I said, like, it's only lagging like this because
see more
my
engagement.
OBS is like
Imagine
messing up my frame rates, but it looks so clean, man. Oh my god. So okay, The dimensions is 1080 by 1920. That is the dimension of a TikTok video, YouTube Shorts video, just any sort of phone video. So yeah, the title, we're updating that dynamically through a title sort of variable that we stored, which is over here. So it's in the node, the first node that we got the script from. It's also storing the titles. I could look at Airtable just to find it, but here it is. So this is the short form script and this is the title. So these are the video inputs. It's basically what goes into the creation of a video. So the avatar we create, like we put in a character, of course, because like that's how it works with HeyGen. And then the type is avatar, and then for the avatar ID we used one of HeyGen's premier avatars. It's Annie, expressive public, right? So because like we wanted those smiles, we wanted those expressive, you know, I guess you could say expressions, and we said the avatar style was normal because we didn't want like anything else. We just wanted to keep it simple. The only thing that might be like interesting here is the scale. It's 1.5 because we wanted her to like appear bigger. We could have set this to like lower to like make the background image stand out more. Like you understand the applications now. It would have looked like a talking head video. There are ways to even change this such that it generates a different kind of output. So maybe like you put a frame around the character, so like it appears as like a circular frame, which would be really interesting and something we could look at in a future video. But for now though, let's just move on. So the voice, we have a type text, and then we're putting in the input text, which is the script that we just cleaned up in the previous code node. And then the voice ID we're using is one of my favorite voices. I think it's, I don't know if it's Adventure Alex or something, like very clean, nice voice, you know, slightly raspy, really nice voice. So yeah, and then we define the background sort of object. So the type is image, and the URL is the image URL from the image node, from the image information that we just got in a previous node, which is this Airtable node. And then we format all of that in a JSON object, and then we send it out as a payload. So it comes out like this. And this payload is going to be very useful when we're sending the request to HeyGen. So it's a post method, and we're sending the request to the HeyGen API with the for the video/generate sort of endpoint. And of course you need to set up a credential here. I'm not going to go through that. Like I never go through credentials because like it's whatever, like you can figure this out. There's documentation. And for HeyGen it's relatively simple. Like they give you the API token, and I think it's just normal header auth. It could be like XAPI key, or it could be it might be authorization, where it's like it's XAPI key, so you just put in the API key over here. Like as you can tell, it's been a while since I set these up. So like with header auth, what you normally get is you get authorization, where it's like bearer and then the token, or you get like XAPI key, where it's just the API token. And there's like other forms as well, but those two are like the most popular that I've seen so far. So yeah, you also send more header information, where you tell it to accept application JSON, and then you also give it the content type application JSON, and then you send in a body, which is the payload. So it's the raw body content type, and then it's going to give you this data, right, which is the video ID. The video ID is very important for sending the request. So you're just sending a polling request, which, as you, like if you've been watching my videos, then you would know what polling requests are. It's effectively because platforms take a while to generate things. What you need to do is you need to constantly ask them, like, hey, are you done? Hey, are you done? And then once they're done, they'll tell you, yeah, I'm done, and then you can finally like grab the information. So yeah, this is why we have this loop here. So this effectively waits a minute, right? We wait 60 seconds, and then we send in this video ID to this polling request. So we're basically creating, like updating this dynamically. We're sending the video ID to this endpoint that is video status.get, and then we're specifying that the video ID is this video ID that we just got from the previous node, and we're using the same stuff here, and there are no headers, no body, nothing, but it gives us the same, it should be the same video ID, and then it gives us the status, which is processing. So you have to watch out here. It could give you a different status, like depending on the payload that you sent in, and this is a problem that I've encountered quite a few times. I sent in an incorrect payload, like I was trying to send in an image URL from an S3, like in my Google Cloud, and then what was happening was that my Google Cloud was sort of like not allowing access for the platform. This meant that what was happening effectively was my URL wasn't being read, so HeyGen was having a problem, and then it like threw an error, but I couldn't catch it because I saw the loop going, and I was like, oh damn, like I was waiting and waiting, and it was only afterwards where I checked the outputs, and then I was like, oh my god, the status was failed, right? The status was failed the whole time, and it was because here all I was checking for was for completed, right? When I should have added a second check for failed. That's exactly what you need to do when you're building these out. Like the status is very important, and like you check for like all types of statuses, and then you sort of build with everything in mind. So yeah, when it fails, we want to stop. When it finds whatever we want, then we want it to continue, but in any other case we want it to just keep going. So that any other case is probably the processing case. So let's carry on. This is the code node. So this would have been useful if I was actually like putting it in as an attachment, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to put it in as a link, even though the URL is actually just like a download URL. Like you could take this and put it up there in the bar here, and if you just type it in, it would literally just download, which was exactly what happened. But as you could tell, like I downloaded it just to show you that the file is being named exactly as I wanted it to be named, right? Let AI handle content creation while you scale your business. So yeah, so we're formatting that as a URL object, and we store that object in Airtable, or we store the URL in Airtable, which is very simple because you just take in that URL object and you just put it in. So yeah, that's how it works. And
Nurturing leads while you sleep.
look how clean.
Don't set and forget your workflows. Regularly check metrics to optimize performance.
Oh my god.
Dominate your niche with consistency. Want to scale and streamline? Start with automation today. Like, subscribe, and comment below to join the conversation. Ever feel like building a sandcastle grain by grain? Automation.
It's actually like ironic because the background image is a kid building a sandcastle grain by grain. So I could even show you the image right now. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to show you the image. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, and I will put the that section of the template, I will put it out there for free, because I feel like that's something, like if you watch my videos, that's something we could build on to build even like more interesting workflows, because that's exactly what we're going to do probably tomorrow. So we're going to build off of that and then make it better and better and better. So if you want to follow along, just like grab the template for free. It's like totally free. Whatever price you're seeing, just like put a 0 there, and that's totally fine. And thank you for watching. And if you want to like scale your brand online, if you want to leverage AI and automation to make a real impact in your business, then hit up one of the links in the description, and I would love to like have a chat with you. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you when I see you, which is probably tomorrow.